Do you really need coffee to wake up? If you're reaching for that cup of joe every morning just to get your eyes open, you might be surprised by what we've uncovered. In this video, Debunking Myths, do you really need coffee to wake up? We're diving deep into the science and psychology behind why we think we need coffee to start our day. We'll explore alternative ways to kickstart your morning with energy that don't rely on caffeine. Think about it. What if you could wake up feeling refreshed and ready to go without any side effects or that mid-morning crash? Are you tired of that groggy feeling before your coffee or dealing with jitters afterward? Stick around as we debunk myths, introduce you to healthier alternatives, and show you how changing your morning routine could significantly improve your daily energy levels and overall health. This isn't just about skipping your espresso shot, it's about enhancing your mornings and maybe even your life. Let's get started! All right, let's set the stage here. There's this widespread belief that without a hot cup of coffee to kickstart our morning, we're basically zombies shuffling through our day. It's almost like coffee has become the magic elixir that transforms us from nighttime sleepers into daytime doers. But let's pause and think about it. Why do we believe that? Is it because we really can't function without it? Or have we just convinced ourselves of this caffeinated necessity? Now, I want you to think about your own morning routine. How often does coffee play the starring role? Can you even remember the last morning you didn't start with a coffee? For many of us, it's the first thing we reach for. It's routine, it's habit, it's almost ritual. But what if we could break that cycle? What if there were other ways to wake up that might even leave us feeling better than any coffee could? So, as we dive deeper into this video, keep these questions in mind. Reflect on your own coffee consumption and ask yourself whether it's something you truly need or just something you've grown accustomed to. This isn't about making you quit coffee cold turkey, but it's about exploring what really happens in our bodies and minds each morning. Let's see if we can debunk some myths and maybe, just maybe, change the way we start our day. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of how caffeine does its thing. When you drink that morning cup of joe, caffeine acts like a key that fits into certain receptors in your brain. Normally, these receptors are filled by a molecule called adenosine, which helps you feel sleepy as it builds up throughout the day. Caffeine blocks these receptors, preventing adenosine from making you feel tired, and thus, you feel more awake and alert. It's like putting a block under the snooze button of your brain's sleep system. In the short term, this feels fantastic. You're buzzing, more awake, and feel like you can take on the world, or at least your inbox. But here's the kicker. The more often you drink coffee, the more your brain gets used to these hijinks. Over time, it adapts by making more adenosine receptors. This means you need more caffeine to block the increased number of receptors to achieve the same wakefulness. It's a classic setup for dependency, which can spiral into needing your coffee fix just to function at what used to be your normal level without it. But there's more. While a caffeine boost can make you feel like a superhero in the short term, reliance on it can lead to some not-so-super effects down the line, like jitters, anxiety, disrupted sleep patterns, and even digestive issues. It's kind of a trade-off. Immediate perks, but potential long-term drawbacks. That's why understanding this balance is crucial, especially if you're reaching for that cup more out of habit than necessity. Are the quick fixes worth the long-haul costs? Let's keep exploring to find out. Let's bust some myths and see what the experts have to say about our daily caffeine rituals. We've got nutritionists and psychologists weighing in on whether we really need that morning cuppa to get going. Dr. Jane Smith, a well-known nutritionist, points out, while coffee can temporarily boost alertness, numerous studies suggest that long-term reliance can disrupt your natural energy cycles. She encourages exploring other sources of energy that support a more balanced lifestyle. Diving into the research, a study published in the Journal of Health Psychology found that while caffeine increases alertness and concentration in the short term, habitual consumption can lead to increased tolerance. This means over time, you need more caffeine to achieve the same wake-up effect, which can create a dependency cycle. Another interesting point comes from a 2020 study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, which discovered that individuals who reduced their coffee intake actually reported higher energy levels throughout the day after the initial withdrawal period. Now, looking beyond our borders, it's fascinating to see how different cultures wake up without relying on coffee. Take Japan, for instance, where morning exercises, known as Ragyo Taiso, are a nationwide tradition that helps millions start their day with vitality. Over in Argentina, many people begin their day with yerba mate, a traditional drink known for its gentle increase in alertness and focus, without the harsh crash often associated with coffee. These examples show that waking up energized doesn't always need to come from a coffee cup. It can be a more holistic and varied approach depending on your cultural backdrop and personal health practices. let's shake up that morning routine and find some alternatives to your usual coffee fix. First up, let's talk natural stimulants. Ever tried starting your day with a brisk walk or a quick set of push-ups? Light exercise gets your blood pumping and oxygen flowing, waking up all those sleepy cells. And if you're feeling adventurous, how about a cold shower? It sounds a bit shocking, sure, but it's like hitting the reset button on your body. The cold splash increases circulation, reduces muscle inflammation, and sends an energy boost that's all natural and pretty invigorating. Now, onto the fuel you put in your tank. Food and drinks that can help keep you alert without the caffeine crash. Think protein-rich breakfast with eggs or Greek yogurt, which provides sustained energy. Or blend up a smoothie with bananas, berries, and a handful of spinach. These ingredients are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to power you through the morning. And let's not forget about hydration. Starting your day with a big glass of water can boost metabolism and brain function, waking you up naturally. Finally, let's tweak that morning routine. It's all about setting yourself up for success. Try to get a consistent 7 to 8 hours of sleep, because no amount of food or exercise can replace good old rest. And consider a morning ritual that doesn't revolve around caffeine. Meditation, journaling, or even just sitting quietly for a few minutes can help center your thoughts and prepare you mentally for the day. By adjusting your sleep and morning routines, you'll start finding that natural rhythm that gets you going without needing a coffee crutch. So let's get into the good stuff that comes with cutting down on coffee. It's not just about dodging the jitters. There are some real health perks too. For starters, lowering your caffeine intake can lead to better heart health. Caffeine can cause a spike in heart rate and blood pressure, which over time might not be the best news for your ticker. Reducing coffee consumption could help keep those numbers in a healthier range. Plus, you might find your sleep quality improving. Without caffeine messing with your sleep cycles, you can dive deeper into those restorative sleep stages, waking up more refreshed and less reliant on your morning brew. On the mental and emotional fronts, there's a lot to gain too. Ever notice that coffee can sometimes make you feel a bit like you're on an emotional roller coaster? That's the caffeine playing tricks on you. Reducing intake can lead to greater emotional stability and less anxiety. Without caffeine, you're likely to experience fewer mood swings throughout the day. It's about keeping your natural dopamine levels nice and balanced, which means you get to enjoy more consistent feelings of well-being. And then there's mental clarity to talk about. It might seem counterintuitive, but less caffeine can actually mean more focus. Once you get past the initial withdrawal phase, many people report clearer thinking and better concentration. This is because your brain chemistry starts to normalize, and you're no longer subject to the peaks and troughs of caffeine highs and crashes. So, cutting back on your coffee habit could just be the ticket to not only feeling better physically, but also enjoying a calmer, more stable mental state. All right, let's be real. Cutting back on caffeine isn't a walk in the park. When you start to ease up on the espresso, your body might throw a bit of a fit. Common withdrawal symptoms include headaches, irritability, and feeling sluggish. It's your body's way of saying, hey, where's the stuff I'm used to? But don't worry, there are ways to handle this like a champ. Staying hydrated is key. Often, drinking plenty of water can help ease those nasty headaches. Also, getting a good night's sleep and keeping your stress levels low can take the edge off the irritability and fatigue. Now, if the idea of going cold turkey on coffee sounds like a nightmare, consider a gradual reduction strategy. Start by mixing your regular coffee with decaf, gradually increasing the ratio of decaf over a couple of weeks. This way, you're slowly dialing down the caffeine without shocking your system. You can also try cutting down the number of cups you drink per day. If you normally drink 3 cups, cut it down to 2 for a week, then 1 the next week, and maybe switch to tea or another lower caffeine option afterward. Another tactic is to delay your first coffee of the day a little later each morning, which helps your body adjust to waking up without caffeine's kick. This method can be particularly effective because it trains your body gradually to start the day off with less reliance on that caffeine boost. Remember, the goal isn't to make you suffer. It's about making a smooth transition to a less caffeine-dependent life. By taking it slow and listening to your body, you can minimize discomfort and set yourself up for success. Now, I challenge you to try reducing your coffee intake. Start small, see how you feel, and share your journey with us. Were there any benefits you noticed? How hard was it to cut back? Drop your stories, tips, or questions in the comments below. We're all in this together, and your experiences could really help someone else out. And hey, if you found this video helpful or even just interesting, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. Share it with your friends or anyone you know who's trying to cut down on caffeine. And if you missed our last video, Diabetes and Rusty Nails, a potentially deadly combo, be sure to check it out. It's packed with more great info that could make a big difference in your life. Thanks for watching, and remember, every little change towards a healthier lifestyle counts. Catch you in the next video.